Yes, people, welcome to the Shoestring Budget Podcast. My name is JD and I am joined as ever by my co-host Tom. How are you doing, bro?
I am doing great. How are you?
Good. Yes, I am sound, mate. I'm really good, really, really good. What a time to be a United fan. I just beaten Nottingham Forest to go into the semi-final, to go to the second leg with a 3-0 lead in the Carabao Cup. And of course, we've just beat Reading to go through to the fifth round FA Cup draw. Firstly, what did you make of that game against Reading? How did you feel about it?
We made hard work of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's Reading. I mean, they were always going to come to Old Trafford and sit back, defend in numbers. But for a team of our quality against a team like Reading, we should be putting 4, 5, 6 past them without a struggle, and we definitely shouldn't be conceding to them.
Yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment to concede. But the difficulty I'm finding watching United at the minute is we make so many chances and we get into such good positions, but we just can't put the ball in the back of the net. It's almost like we panic when it comes to actually doing that job.
Cross it either.
Yeah, crossings, and yeah, I totally agree. But like,
So one thing that confuses me, Ericsson, when it comes to corners. He can cross the ball anywhere on the pitch. When it comes to corners, he seems to just like keep hitting the first man.
Yeah, corners have been pretty poor. Anthony as well, from the corners he took. And now Anthony, that's a good little segue actually. Anthony was a player that has caused mixed opinions all over socials for the last couple of weeks, to be honest. But none so much that I've seen since that Reading game. Now he obviously got player of the match, but still, there's a lot of divisive tweets about him. He's caused a lot of divisiveness in the fan base. What do you think about Anthony? Let's start with Anthony. What are your thoughts on him? Did you think he played well? Do you think it was an average game? What are your thoughts?
From my point of view, I think he was average because he has such high expectations, and we know he's a quality player. But again, against Reading, he should be performing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he should be doing it against Prem teams realistically, but we've got to give him that time to settle in and get used to it, blah blah blah. But against Reading, I expected him to have a bit of joy. But even then, I think he struggled to take on the defenders. He was always tried to, but then he kept cutting back and playing the ball backwards or across the pitch. Same as what we've been seeing from him for a while. So I think he still needs time to adjust. But at the minute, it's been average for me.
Been average. No, that's a fair thing. I just trying to gauge where we're at because I was talking to Phil, who obviously comes into the chat quite a lot of time on the live streams, and he sent me a private message during the match, and then he saw it today, and he was ranting about Anthony. And I said, that's something we'll definitely discuss later because I've not seen such a divisive player at Manchester United since. The only player I can think of is Nani. Like, some people love Nani and others absolutely, thought he was trash. And it seems to be a recurring thing, like with players like Anthony, that Manchester United fans don't know whether to like him or hate him. It's a bit like Marmite. It's the Marmite player, I think, of the squad so far.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one to watch out for. Now, of course, big game coming up in a couple of days' time. Draw for the FA Cup, by the way, should take place in about 10 minutes or so. But switching cups to the Carabao Cup, Manchester United got the 3 goals against Forest. I don't think we did a review on that. Quickly, what do you think? Do you think Wednesday's game should be about rotation? Do you think we should see a lot more youth, or do you think we should still stick with a strong squad?
No, rotation. I'd definitely keep some of the first team lads on the bench, just in case things go a bit sideways. But I still have faith in our young ones. Like, I'd play Garnacho, I'd play Pellistri, Menu. You know, I'd give them all a good go because we're 3-0 up. You know, they've got to score 4 goals, beat us. And from a Nottingham Forest side, it doesn't seem very likely, but there's always a chance in football. But I'd definitely give the young ones a go.
Yeah, I would like to see them certainly like Garnacho start and Pellistri start. Alang is obviously rumoured to be on his way out. By that game, he should have already gone to Borussia Dortmund by all accounts. There are up to 10 clubs monitoring Elanga, which is a bit baffling, but we are where we are. Quickly on the note of transfers, Ericsson picked up an injury in that FA Cup game against Reading on the weekend. We've lost another player, very crucial player. What do we do? Who do we go for? I did a quick poll earlier today. Let me just bring this up on screen. And I picked out some of the names that I'd seen going around, certainly over the last 24 hours, 48 hours. Frank Kessie from AC Milan. From Barcelona. Yuri Tielemans from Leicester. And Ryan Gravenberch of Bayern Munich. Now, it's a very close one. This one quite shocked me in a little way, between Yuri Tielemans and Ryan Gravenberch. 45% of people, 45.1% wanted Ryan Gravenberch, whereas 41.2% wanted Yuri Tielemans. Who would be your choice and why?
Out of them, what you've just said?
Yeah.
I'd probably go Yuri Tielemans.
Mm-hmm.
I just think every time I see him, I mean, to be fair, I've not really seen much of Ryan Gravenberch. Frank Kessie is good, don't get me wrong, but we've seen Tielemans do it in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's quality, let's be honest. He always scores a screamer, especially against United.
Standard. A lot of players do that.
It's just what he does. And I think he's quality. I think he could do it at United. I really do, and I like him, to be fair.
He hasn't got long left on his contract, from what I understand, and so it would be, I wouldn't say an easy deal to do, but financially it would be probably better for Leicester to let him go to United, maybe with an option to buy. But whether or not that's going to happen, there's sort of 24 hours to go really on the transfers. I think it's midnight tomorrow. I think, was it midnight tonight?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure what day is it? 31st. I think it's midnight tomorrow is the deadline for transfers. And we have been linked with quite a few people. So I did a show the other day. I did like a quick video of some of the players that we've been linked with. And one that seems to be cropping up a lot in a lot of discussions, mainly because he's a free agent, is Isco. Now, Isco could be a chance. He's 30 years of age, free transfer. Recently let go from Sevilla. He was there on a 4-year deal, I think it was, and they cut it down after 5 months because his output wasn't great. Do you think we're in a position where we should just get anybody? We just need cover, or do we have to be careful in our selection? What would you do if you were in charge, or what are your thoughts?
Sign somebody who was going to get the job done. I wouldn't just go.
Bearing in mind that you've got just over 24 hours, and no money. This is the problem, isn't it? I think with Erik ten Hag and Manchester United as a whole, because obviously the Glazers are looking to sell. They don't want to put money into something that's not going to own in a few months' time. For me, financially and in a business sense, surely it makes sense to invest a bit of money into the team to make it stronger, so that we're guaranteed top 4, or it increases our likelihood of getting top 4. It increases the likelihood of us winning a trophy, because then surely that affects the price of the sale, I would have thought. But clearly that might not be the case.
I saw something the other day. I don't know if Sky Sports put it on, or I think it was either BBC Sport, that Man United were interested in Marco Reus.
Yeah, I've seen that rumour doing the rounds. I think Sky did report on it. I covered that briefly in the video. So, from my understanding of that, it was he's a free agent in the summer. So it's similar to Yuri Tielemans. I'm sure Yuri Tielemans' contract expires this year, or this summer as well. And I think what Manchester United wanted to do was bring him in on loan, and it makes no sense for Borussia Dortmund to do that. You know, they can make use of him for the next few months, let him play out his contract, and then he goes for free in the summer and he can go wherever he wants. And that is probably where we do pick him up. I've also seen, I watched Fabrizio Romano earlier on the United stand, and they brought up a few names. Rabiot from Juventus, that's not looking likely. And according to Fabrizio, the man himself, Manchester United are looking at a lot of players, but we've made no direct contact with anybody, which is absolutely heartbreaking. And I can also see as well about Enzo Fernandez going to Chelsea. Jorginho might be going to Arsenal. All the clubs around us, I know Chelsea aren't really around us, but the bigger clubs are making good, solid signings, and we're stuck looking at free agents and loan transfers. It brings up another tweet that I saw I wanted to share. And it's from King Cantona, and he says here, Arnold and Murto are actually useless. They haven't done any good deal, either overpaid or unable to get any players. And where are our scouts? That's a very good point. You look at Brighton and the work that they're doing. I'd argue it's a little bit easier at a club like Brighton because you're not going to have to overpay for players. If Manchester United are interested in a player, you automatically add another zero or a couple of million on.
Yeah, that's it.
That always happens.
You just see United's interested and it's all of a sudden more expensive.
But you look at players like Matoma yesterday for Brighton, like unreal.
He's been, especially against Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, I mean, anyone's good against Liverpool, but he's been consistently good for Brighton. I think he cost them 2 million. And I'm like, even if we overpaid and paid 3 or 4 million for him, that's a player there that I would happily have on the bench. I don't think he's quite ready to start for Manchester United, but I'd have no issue bringing someone like Mitoma off the bench.
Every time I've seen him, he's quality.
He's brilliant, really, really good. But it does, I think, King Cantona makes a fantastic point there. We need to look at where are our scouting, what is going on, why aren't we buying these players?
Why are we so slow to everything?
We're second to every deal, if not third. The only prospects, I tweeted this earlier, the only prospects I've seen us sign under Ed Woodward, under this current regime, are Ahmed and Pellistri. And we paid big bucks for them. They weren't like we paid 6 million for them or 10 million. They were 20, 30 million pound players that we paid for them too. And yeah, they might be good in the future, but still, Ahmed, 30 odd million. Like, it's crazy. We are such a badly run club. And very quickly, just picking up the last of the tweets. A couple of people did tweet in. So this is from Pete's United point of view. Pete tweeted, for me, I'd go with Gravenberch loan, as Erik ten Hag knows him well, from his time at Ajax, of course, and should be able to fit him into the system and get a tune out of him straight away. Also, would be perfect for the players, as he had limited time at Bayern. I think I covered it the other day. He's done something like 220 minutes of football at Bayern this year, which is just crazy. Also, wouldn't mind Tielemans as a backup on a permanent, to be honest. I'm inclined to agree with Pete there. And also to Richard Stevens, tweeted in saying, Tielemans, Premier League proven, can play at 8 or 10, would provide cover for Eriksen and Bruno, has everything in his locker in terms of a midfield.
That's what I would say. He's done it in the Prem, whereas Kessie, he's good, but we haven't seen him do it anywhere.
At a big level.
Yeah, big level.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Good player, good in the press, good passing range, can create and score goals. I'd sign one of the Teletubbies ahead of Scott McTominay.
Phil's in the comments. He's put Sal Anthony.
Sal Anthony. So, like I said, I know Phil was not happy with Anthony's performance. I don't think Phil's been happy with Anthony's full stop, to be honest. I'm not sure on that. But like I said, I know during the Reading game, Phil was particularly unhappy. So, Anthony's got a long way to go yet, but I do see a player there. I just think he's going to take time. The problem, though, again, I said this when we signed him, the problem with Anthony is he's a player that we've overpaid for. I'd prefer Elanga.
Over, huh?
He's winding me up now. He's doing this to wind me up. Huh? Elanga, no. No.
Come on, Phil.
Come on, Phil. You're
Come
better than
on.
that. What's going on with the draw then, Tom? Tom's keeping an eye on the draw for us.
Nothing's happening yet. They're just talking at the minute.
Okay, we're almost there. Right, who would you want in the draw? Let's start with that.
Stoke.
There's only one team that we want, Stoke.
Stoke.
Phil's put here, he really annoyed me Friday. You were angry. You were very angry with him. But let us know in the comments, Phil, who you want to see. Let us know anyone else is watching. We would love to know who you are thinking of in this cup final. Fifth round cup, not cup final. We're not there yet. We will be, but we're not there yet. Teams to avoid for me: Brighton and Man City. I think we can take anyone else. Brighton at current form can beat anyone. Man City, just don't want to face them, to be honest.
I think he's just messaged me. He's watching. Paul's watching, but he can't comment because he's watching through his TV.
Oh, okay, Paul.
He's put Brighton. I'll just let him
From the
message
group
me.
chat, yeah.
Yeah, he put Brighton would be a fun challenge.
Would be a very fun challenge. Brighton are playing some unbelievable football.
Phil's put Wrexham, but we will get City. I swear to God, if we get City, I'd take a Wrexham. I'd love to see Ryan Reynolds at Old Trafford.
Did Wrexham get knocked out? I thought they got knocked out by...
No, they drew 3-3. They got a replay at Sheffield's ground.
Ah, okay, I didn't see that. I saw Sheffield win and I just assumed.
They were 1-0 down at half time, but then they went 3-1 up, I think.
Blimey, heck.
Well, I think it went 1-0, 1-1, then 2-1 to Wrexham, then 2-2, then 3-2 to Wrexham, then 3-3. Sheffield United scored last minute of the game to draw it up.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Yeah, if it was Wrexham, we'd definitely get Ryan Reynolds and that at Old Trafford.
The one team that I want is Stoke. That's who I want. Like I say, I went to watch Stoke v Stevenage yesterday, and I got to give it to the Stevenage fans. They were quality. Stevenage fans were. They were noise constantly. When they scored, there was flares everywhere.
Amazing.
Pitch and everything.
Big up to Pete as well, who's just joined in the chat. Hope you're good, man. We've just read your tweet out funny enough, so I hope you're good. Let us know, Pete, who would you have or who do you want in this draw? It's going to take place any minute now.
Just at the minute, I'm just watching some like hospital thing.
Are you sure you're watching the right channel, bro?
Yes, yeah. Live FA Cup, watch 5th round draw, followed by Derby versus West Ham.
Derby versus West Ham. I wouldn't mind Wrexham,
They'll do it soon, won't they? Because they'll do it just before the Derby County game kicks off.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind Wrexham, to be honest. I think commercially I do really wonders for them playing Manchester United, and I think it's a nice draw for us, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it would do some good. Have you watched the Wrexham documentary?
I started watching it on Disney Plus. Didn't finish it though.
I haven't finished it yet, but it makes you. I like stuff like that because it always gives you that extra look into, especially a team like Wrexham, because they're not even in the top tier of English football. But it makes you realise how different it is, because they all just go back home to their their 2 beds or their 3 beds, same as us, and they have family, sit down, watch TV. It's just like I find it fascinating.
I remember that when we played. Who was that team that we played in the Euros and I think maybe the World Cup qualifiers? Is it San Marino? I think it was. They're the team's made up of postmen and milkmen and.
Back at work tomorrow.
Yeah, how weird that must be to play England, play all these superstars, and then go home and deliver milk or sit in a shop or a cafe. Big up to Rich. Hope you're good, Rich. And thank you so much for joining. Let us know, Rich, who you think will get in the draw and who you want to get. Pete's put, I think we'll get Grimsby or Luton Town. That'd be an interesting draw. That'd be very interesting. We were also discussing earlier as well about Manchester United's transfers. Deadline, I think, is midnight tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting watch. I saw Fabrizio Romano on the United stand earlier, and he was basically saying Manchester United are looking, but we've got no concrete discussions or there's no developed transfers yet. So it's going to be a hell of a watch. But I'm going to stay up tomorrow till the transfer deadline's complete, and anything that happens, I'll be straight on here.
I think United are number 5 or 8, one of them.
Number 5 and number 8. Pete's were here. San Marino had 3 brothers that were all personal trainers. Yeah, that's insane. I remember hearing the commentators talk about that, and I'm like, that must be so weird. Yeah, crazy. I'm excited though. You know what though? Give the draw credit. Like, we've always drawn this season. We've drawn good teams.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Nice. Yeah.
Big up to Paul who's joined, and Asif as well. Hope you guys are good.
Phil put won't be Liverpool.
Man, did you watch that game? Did you see?
No,
Oh, you were at
I
Stevenage.
was at the Stoke Stevenage game, so.
That was, oh my days. Like, my voice keeps healing, and then I see Liverpool lose, and I just lose it. Like, 'cause I'm just screaming for the opposition. It was phenomenal. Like, Liverpool.
Yeah, I think it was like, I think the Brighton game kicked off not long before the Stoke game, so it was like, I think I was in the second. It was the second half of the Stoke game, and I looked at my phone and saw that Brighton had beat them, and I sat there laughing, and I was just telling people around me. I was like, Brighton have lost it. Brighton have beat Liverpool again.
It was insane. Absolutely insane. I'm so happy. Pete's here. I'd love to see Gravenberch on loan or Tielemans on a permanent for cheap. And Assis put, I hope you're doing great. Where you guys been, Mr. Stream? Really sorry, dude, not been able to do a couple of the watch-alongs, but I'm back pretty much now. I can't think of a game I'm missing. We've also got a really good guy coming on next week, next Monday. A Leeds fan. I know there's not many good Leeds fans, but he's a good one. We've been on his channel before. He's coming on ours next Monday to discuss, obviously, the fixture we're playing against them. Back-to-back games against Leeds, pretty much. I'm sure there might be a game sandwiched in the middle, but I can't remember.
I'll have a.
Paul's put here. United saying they're looking for options. Gravenberch on loan is right there. Evening, Pete. See, I'm really hoping we get Gravenberch. He would be the one I would go for, but according to Fabrizio, it's not happening.
So we have Crystal Palace at Old Trafford on the 4th of February. Jesus. Then on the 8th of February, we have Leeds at Old Trafford. Then on the 12th of February, we play Allen Road.
So it is back-to-back?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
And then after that, we have Barcelona.
And then we're getting into the Carabao Cup final stage. All that's around, I think the second leg of the Barcelona game is sandwiched somewhere between the final of the Carabao Cup.
The second leg of the Barcelona game is on the 23rd of February. So that's from what I'm looking at, that's in between the Man United Leicester game, which is on the 19th, and the Man United Brentford game, which is on the 26th.
So many games coming thick and fast. It's crazy. Assis put, gutted to see Eriksen on crutches. Me too, man. When I saw that, it was heartbreaking. And in a game that we didn't need to play him as well. That's what. It wasn't what frustrated me, but it did add to the frustration. It was a game that we could have easily played Fred or McTominay. You know, it was a game for that. But when you look at the lack of creativity, though, or that final pass, we do need Eriksen. Because Eriksen is a player that can pick out a ball. We just need more creativity. And I don't know where it's going to come from. Paul's put, I'm there for the Palace game. Let's go. Yes, my man. I hope you enjoy that.
I wouldn't mind having Fred in there.
I think Fred's going to be fine in filling in for Eriksen.
Fred in, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Assis put, we are winning the silverware, man. Excited. And Pete's put the Carabao Cup final spot.
Still in for 4 cups. We've got to win at least one.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think the Europa League is going to be a tough one. Very, very tough one. You've got Arsenal in there. You've got Barcelona in there. Barcelona's a big one.
If we get to if we're going to win the Carabao Cup, because I don't see Newcastle taking it off us.
No, I think we've got the only thing I think that will go against us is fatigue, because there's a lot of games around the Carabao Cup final. That's the only thing I can see getting to us. It's wrong that we're being forced to play this many games so quickly. When you look at teams like, I mean, it's not wrong. It's because we're in every tournament, but it's annoying. We've got here Emma de Jong Godasson's put Ericsson injury just to annoy me. There was no need to play him. Exactly the same. We've just said exactly the same. Big up, thank you for jumping in the chat as well. Much appreciated. Nice seeing new people. And Asif's put here, Erik ten Hag is making sure we go as deep as we can in the cup ties by playing the strong team. Maybe he also sending the message to the board that we need team depth.
One person who impressed me against Reading was Weghorst.
Do you know what? I've been impressed every game he's played, to be honest.
And it's so sad because I'm really starting to like him, and I know he's just on loan.
I think the work rate, the amount of effort that man puts in. I can understand exactly why Ten Hag signed him. You know what I was like when we signed him? I was like, Andy Carroll.
You were like, who? What's his name? How'd you say that?
I said he was the Dutch Andy Carroll, but after watching Andy Carroll, I'm so wrong.
I didn't even know Andy Carroll was a player. I thought he'd retired and then he just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, took me by complete surprise. The food and drink review have put, you can't blame Eric for the Ericsson injury. His injury wasn't fatigue, it was a stupid tackle from the lump of wood, Carroll. No, I totally get that. I see where you're coming from. The only issue I had was that I don't think Ericsson needed to be on the pitch. Ericsson was one of the players I was hoping we would rest. But it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because Ericsson is a player that can find that pass, that can create something. So I can see both sides, is what I'm saying. And Pete's United point of view is put Weghorst FC. You've always been Weghorst FC. Even from the days I couldn't pronounce his name, so big up, Pete. I will give you that. You're the chairman of the Weghorst fan club. Emma de Jong's put here, any timeline yet on the duration of his injury? I don't think so. I've not seen anything. I've not seen any news on that, but we will keep you informed as soon as we hear something. Leave aside everything, Erik ten Hag is our man since Sir Alex Ferguson. Love the ball genius. And the food and drink reviews put, I'm hearing 4 weeks on that Ericsson injury. Yeah, I totally agree about Erik ten Hag. Like, that man is an absolute genius. Like, I'm so happy. So I spent my day today watching some old games of Manchester United and Liverpool. So I watched the 4-0 and the 5-0 hammering that we had last year. I watched both of them games today. And the difference in the team is like night and day. Like, the work rate, the effort, the positioning, the mentality, everything is there now under Erik ten Hag. I'm so excited for the future with him. Honestly, I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Yeah. But yeah, crazy.
Probably going to start in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes till the draw. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you haven't already, who you want us to draw, who you want us to play against.
It's just showing me the highlights from the last games now, so.
Yeah, usually that is the final stage of the torment.
I want Stoke.
Me and Thomas said if they get Stoke, we will go and watch the game at Stoke. Because we don't live very far from the stadium.
Yes, no, I literally live 5 minutes away from the Stoke ground, so.
Amazing. I live a couple of buses away, but it still won't take me long to get there.
I can get there in 5 minutes.
Oh man, I'm nervous now. I'll take anyone other than City.
Yeah.
The food and drink reviews put, do we want an easy win or a big boy? I personally want an easier game. I don't think there's any easy games, but I'd want an easier game. The only reason being is I don't want, with all the games that we've got, I don't want to then add another Man City game in there. I think Man City really, from who's in the cup still, they're the only ones that I'm like, I think we'd struggle against, or we could struggle against. I think everyone else we should be beating.
I don't know. I think we'd struggle against Brighton.
Brighton are such a difficult team. Brighton is such a difficult one. And Paul's put here, give me Brighton or an easy team like Stoke. Keep City the fuck away. Yeah, I'm like that. Brighton would be a hard game though. You're absolutely right. That's just putting yourself.
If anybody's watching it, that's a bit ahead of us. Please don't spoil it in the comments.
Yes, we might be cool because there is a slight delay between what we say and what comes out
Yeah.
on your end. Just catching up with some of these. Pete's put, that's just putting yourself through torture. That run after the Brentford game has changed the trajectory of the season we're going in. I'm only worried about Barcelona game. They are on top of the Liga table, says Asif. The food and drink review said, let's get Wrexham. I would love Wrexham. I think it'd be brilliant commercially for Wrexham because I like Wrexham.
Would you want Wrexham at Old Trafford or at the racecourse?
Well, that's an interesting one. I personally would want them at Old Trafford. But food and drink review...
Yeah, I think that would be a great experience for Wrexham players and Wrexham fans.
Yeah, that's the main reason. That is the main reason. Pete's put here, we've got City's number. Fraudiola is scared of our Baldy. The battle of the Baldies should hopefully be over for the season, but we shall see. City have been all over the place this year. Food and drink.
Earlier, João Cancelo going by Munich.
That come out of nowhere. Yeah, if you haven't heard already, João Cancelo is in Munich now having his medical with an option to be bought for £70 million, I think, or 70 million euros. That's happening now, which is crazy. The food and drink reviews put, yeah, Old Trafford, boys. I agree. I think it'd be great there. Great experience for the guys. Phil's put, I'll go Stoke review. Absolutely, Phil. We'll arrange it. And Paul's put here, do we play versus Barcelona or do we sit back? I genuinely hope we go into it to challenge them for possession. Oh, the draw is happening. We'll come back to that.
We are number 5. You've got Tottenham number 1, Southampton number 2, Wrexham or Sheffield United number 3, Ipswich or Burnley number 4, United 5, Luton or Grimsby 6, Derby or West Ham 7, Stoke at 8, Blackburn or Birmingham 9, Leicester 10, Sheffield Wednesday or Fleetwood 11, Man City 12, 13 Bristol City, 14 Brighton, 15 Fulham, Sunderland, 16 Leeds. So they're drawing the first one now.
Over to you, Tom.
So the first one is Southampton. Wonder who they'll get. Southampton at home. Luton or Grimsby.
That's a hell of a journey, that is. Blooming heck.
Yeah. Number 10, Leicester. At home. It's Blackburn or Birmingham. So Leicester against Blackburn or Birmingham. Stoke.
Oh.
Going to Stoke is... Ooh, Brighton.
Wow. We'll have to go and watch that game.
I'll go with you. I'll go
and watch that game.
Yeah. Number 3. Wrexham. But don't put anything in the comments, people, please.
We are really far behind here, Tom. So I can quickly catch up. Wrexham are playing either Wrexham or Sheffield United are playing Tottenham. Fulham or Sunderland are playing Leeds. Bristol City are playing Manchester City. And breathe. We're really far behind. I don't know why. You're literally watching it on the BBC.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
I'm just getting these off TalkSport now. Manchester United will play the winners of Derby or West Ham at Old Trafford.
Oh, I'll enjoy that.
Manchester United versus Derby or West Ham. I'll take that.
Me and Jordan are going to go there. Well, I'm definitely going to go to the Stoke v Brighton game.
Without a doubt. Spurs got Wrexham. Says
Wrexham are going to batter Tottenham.
The way Tottenham are playing this season, I think anyone could. So yeah, go for it. Ryan Reynolds SC, go for it, lads. Guelph United Gaming's put, come on, Derby.
Just need to find out what day the the games are being played on. And
yeah, G Wolf here's put come on Derby. Peach United POV put I'd prefer Derby, and Asif has said also the same thing. I'd go for Derby. So yeah, Manchester United has been confirmed in the FA Cup. 5th round will be either Derby or West Ham. Tie will be played at Old Trafford, another home game, which is absolutely fantastic to see.
yeah, I'm loving all the games at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's nice to see Manchester United get a nice draw. A season with, competitions where we get nice draws. It's not really been our luck. Barcelona is obviously the only draw that I think we've had bad luck with, in all honesty. But yeah, that concludes the FA Cup draw. We just need to find out when the game's taking place. Derby do take on West Ham. Is it a 7:30 kickoff or a 7:45?
It's in 20 minutes, 7:45.
7:45 kickoff, so I'll be definitely trying to check that out as best as I can. Phil's put here that's an okay draw. West Ham not great at the moment. And Paul's put it's only United, City and Spurs left from the top 6. I think that's true. Let me just double check.
Brighton not up there?
Brighton, no, they're not in the top 6, I don't think.
Are they not?
No, I think Fulham or... Let's have a look at the table now. Tottenham. Yeah, Brighton's top 6. So Brighton, Tottenham, United, and City. They're the only ones. Crazy. How do you all feel about that draw, guys? Let me know. Quite a few comments coming in. Pete's put here, we'll batter Barcelona, don't worry, JD. Do you know what? I think we'll beat Barcelona. I really do think we'll beat them, and I think it'll be like a comfortable win. I think that's where we'll play some absolutely insane football.
Oh, 97 subscribers now.
Yes, big up to everyone that is subscribed. Much appreciated. 3 off 100.
100.
Say again?
3. I was just saying what you said. 3 away from the 100.
The big 100 is happening. G-Wolves put Brighton 7th, aren't they? I've just checked the table. According to Google, Brighton they've got 31 points, level on points with Fulham. However, they've got 2 games on Fulham, and they are sat in 6th place on goal difference. That's what I've seen on Google. I thought they were 7th, to be honest. Is Caicedo deal to Chelsea done? As far as I know, they put in a bid earlier and it was rejected. A 60 or 70 million pound bid was rejected by Brighton earlier today. Paul's put we can sure win the FA Cup. I think so. That'd be a great start to Eric Ten Hag's reign. Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Beautiful start.
I think we could win the FA Cup.
I really do. Other than City are the only other team that I think will make it to the final. They're the only team I'd watch out for. The food and drink reviews put just subscribe. Thank you so much, food and drink review. Really appreciate that. And G Wolves put loving that draw. Me too. I'm happy with that. Derby have given us a bit of grief over the years, over the last few years. Just a bit of a dodgy team to play against, but I think we'll be fine. I'm trusting everything that Eric Ten Hag's doing. The levels in difference is insane. And Rich has put here, hit the likes, really helps the channel. Thank you, Rich. Make a very good point. Please drop a like on the today's show if you're happy with that draw. And Paul's put here, no excuse for not winning the Carabao at least, and just that, and top 4 is a fantastic start. To be honest, at the start of the season, if you'd said just top 4, I'd take that. So,
yeah, that would have been. I would have taken that straight away. Like you had Champions League. Yeah, I mean,
that's what we need.
Yeah.
And Assis put here, FA Cup win will feel like a Champions League win. To be honest, with the stage that we're at and the level that we're at, I'm happy with any cup, and as long as we get top 4,
we could still win 6 trophies this season, realistically.
7 if you're including the Bangkok one, because that was a beast of a trophy. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but We won't include that on because it'll make rival fans a bit upset.
That's it. We'll only include that when we're level on trophies with another team, and then we'll say, oh, we got the Bangkok one.
Yeah, like I say, we could still win 6 trophies this season, so let's, why not?
Let's go for it.
Yeah, well, let's just have 6, why not?
Do it easy.
Yeah.
Well, that is everything. That concludes the draw. Thank you to every single person that has joined in the comments or that has watched along. Please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. We're only a couple away now from that big 100. You know how much it means to me. A couple of comments coming in the last second here. Food and drink reviews put, what is your expectations for tomorrow? Any signings? Royce, Isco and Tielemans. We spoke about this previously in the show. So I said I'd love Tielemans, but Gravenberch for me, if we could get him, that would be the one. I'd be buzzing if we got him, but I can't see us getting anyone. I think at a push we might end up with someone daft like Isco, just because we can get him, and I hope that doesn't happen, but we need someone. Pause, but if we win the Carabao Cup, I'll cry. I'm starving for trophies. My man is hungry. Yes, I agree with the same.
I think we all are.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I said at the start of that tournament as well, I hate this cup. I hate the Carabao Cup like with a passion, but at this point, I'd take it. G-Wolf has put here, didn't we beat Liverpool to win in the Bangkok trophy? We did. That's why I always remember it, and that's why it's a special trophy for me. Very good point, G-Wolf.
Yeah, we're on 98 subs now, 2 away from 100.
Oh, big up, and that's G-Wolf has put that. I subbed, lads. Brilliant, lads. Thank you, G-Wolf. 2 away from that big 100, yes. And Pete's put, don't see us signing anyone, unfortunately. I agree with that. And Phil's put, thanks again, chaps. Thanks again, Phil. Sadly, we can't all go to Stoke to watch the United game that we were hoping we were going to get, but we'll go and watch Brighton, I'm sure. And some lovely comments here from G-Wolf and Pete. Great show as always.
You can always go Old Trafford if you want to, Jude.
Oh, I'm up for going. We don't live far from there, so it's getting tickets that's always the hard part. But we'll put the feelers out, see what we can get. Guys, just stop flying high. Carabao Cup will be enough to celebrate the season success after 5 years of trophy drought.
I wasn't being serious when I meant 6 trophies, by the way.
No. I got that, but yeah. Don't worry, Asif. If we get 1 trophy, I'm happy with that. Even if we get top 4, I'm happy. I'm happy with the level that we're at. I'm happy with the football we're playing. And finally, I'm happy in the manager. What a time to be a United fan. We are back, baby. All is good. Thank you, as ever, Tom, for joining. And we'll do this again very soon.
Yeah.
And everybody in the comments, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining again.